All right. So I'm not going to wipe off this big goofy smile on my face. Yay! I'm here to shine the light on Miss Heather Manwaring, who is the owner of Transfire Photography.
Mhm.
And welcome.
Thank you. I'm
Yes.
very happy to be here. I also have a goofy smile that I don't want to wipe off.
Yeah. And so the reason we have this goofy smile is we met at a connection camp.
Mhm.
The first thing I did at connection camp was do a mini session with Heather that, I mean, I was in this really high vibration, amazing space. And I was like, I don't know who to talk to, what to do, but I know that I need to capture this feeling. And we barely spoke, but I just felt like, oh, this is the right place to be. And it took me even higher. And I was like, okay, whatever's about to happen is going to be captured in a really beautiful way. And I'll share more about what we did in the photo shoot so we don't scare anybody away. Um, but the reason I have Heather on as an interview right now, or just a sharing time, is I am getting ready and I've planned out, and women, amazing women are signing up for the Enchanted Burlesque Activation Retreat, which is happening September 6th through 9th. And we are so lucky to have Heather come teach her workshop and also offer these mini sessions for the women that show up. And that is amazing news because I love teaching, I love offering, I love facilitating, and we never have pictures. You know, we have like iPhone shots, but not a professional, emotional, witchy goddess seeing us to capture it in film. And so in a minute, I'm going to let Heather share about what that'll look like. But such a celebration that you're available, that you're willing and able to come to Rockaway for this retreat. So already, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just like beyond excited about this, and like to be able to offer this to more women and more people is just such a dream come true. And working with someone that I see in such high regard and who I've seen in such a vulnerable, beautiful place, and then to be able to just like converge together and co-create some serious magic like that for me is like yes.
Yes. And so like the up leveling, you know, without even knowing each other, I was like, oh, she has to teach at my retreat. And the more we've gotten to know each other, the more we're both up leveling, and the more
Yeah.
I see how much value this is bringing. And if you're not familiar with the retreat, it's really about creating the safe environment, about being in the feminine that is full of emotion and creativity and stagnancy and stuck and fighting, and to open up your sensuality in life. Maybe the bedroom, but just in life. And
Yeah.
so the activation comes when it's about being seen, being heard, and in the embodiment, in the wisdom that our bodies have that we don't always use in this world. So it's 4 days of going deep into the emotion, making costumes and shining our light on each other in this body as is. Not when I lose 10 pounds, when I dye my hair, when I, have the right outfit. And so it's like standing in our power just as we are. That's what the workshop is about in a nutshell. And then I'd love to know, and if you want to share just enough about what your workshop is, and how you're going to bring it to the retreat.
Yeah, and what you said is such a beautiful and perfect segue into what I offer. And that's I'm just inside because it's like hearing you speak, I'm just like, yes, that is exactly why I do the work that I do, and to really just stand in exactly where you are and to see the beauty in that and to let others see the beauty in that, because it's so rare. It is the society of like, oh, you have to do this, and you have to be this, and you have to look this way in order to be loved. And for me, it's this feeling of like, oh, I have to be perfect in order to be accepted and to be loved and to be fully held in who I am. And this is and I'm passionate about breaking that cycle of like, no, You don't. You can be exactly where you are, flaws and all, and be maybe even more loved than if, you know, you didn't show up with in your totality, in the things that maybe you're ashamed of, or like society tells you have to be ashamed of, or, you know, hold back. And this is just like, no, this is me right now. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be the next me in like 5 minutes or in 5 days or in 5 years. This is where I am right now. This is my truth right now. And it's okay. And not only is it okay, it's fucking gorgeous.
Yes. Oh, all the hairs on my body are standing up. Yeah. Ground. Yes. And so what is super, I mean, I'm beyond excited. We're both charged on this in the best way possible. Yeah. Is that with the retreat, which is already fucking amazing, if I might say so myself, this is a part of the retreat that's included. And everybody will get a beautiful goodie or a photo, really.
All right, I didn't speak on that. Do you want me?
Yeah. Tell a little bit about like what they're gonna get, like the nuts and bolts.
Sure. So this workshop is really designed to really like embody and in a group session, like see what each other is like trying to hide away from. So there is going to be some like relational meditation and some like diving into those things and like what is it inside there that like you don't want people to see or even yourself to see. And then we'll go into like taking photos of that and like just being seen, like it's just you and this group of women. So it's very intimate of like, hey, this is the negative side of myself that I see, and I want you to see me in it, and then snap a picture, and then you'll say like the embody and like own the more, you know, positive sides of yourself that well might be easier, but also might be not so easy to like say, hey, this is who I am and I'm fucking awesome. Sometimes that's scarier than like, oh, I'm shy, and you know. And then, you know, you'll get a picture of that. And so you'll walk away with a photo that helps you remember that you're beautiful in your totality.
I mean, I have so much to say about this because we're so used to cheese, you know, and like little kids, 2 years old, cheese. Mm-hmm. And it's just something about it. You know, my dad is a photographer, and I have a picture of my mom being angry when she was young. And it's like, how cool is that? You know, she hates it. And it's like a beautiful picture of her looking fierce. And so we have this to look forward to. And then because Heather is so generous and amazing, she's going to offer a paid shoot if you want to do a mini shoot on the beach at bonus prices for everybody, for every goddess. And so I feel so blessed and so excited because I witness so much when I lead workshops and retreats. And I'm like, oh, I want the person to see the beauty of this moment. And it's not like hot shots or glamour shots. It's like the beauty of this moment is real, transparent, authentic. And it's like just looking at your website, which is transfire. Is it transfirephotography.com?
Correct. Yeah.
Pictures of I think it's your sister I'm like, oh my God. So shoot over there if you want to see. And I actually, if you go to enchantedembodiment.com/activate, your website is listed there. So you can kind of play around and see like what Heather's up to, what the retreat is about. And, you know, I trust that the right people will join us. We already have 3 women signed up. There's 7 total. So if this is something you want to do, really don't wait. The money will come. If you want to have a conversation, we can talk about a payment plan. But this is really about your body's wisdom saying, yes, I want to do this. And when you're comfortable with your transparency and you're comfortable with all the sides of you, money just comes. Love just comes. So if, you know, timing or money or any of that resistance is in the way, I know it, I'm familiar with it, and it's not real, you know? You can make whatever you want real. I won't go far into that, which I typically do. I really just want to highlight anything else, Heather, that you want to share or bring to the table about your work.
Yeah. There is one point that I really want to drive home a little bit, is like, in maybe in like universal truth, it's not real, but in that moment, like what you're experiencing is really real.
Yes.
And what I'm passionate about is like, okay, yeah, I know that this feels scary, this feels hard, this feels like you're never going to get out of this thing, and like maybe you feel like you're going to drown in your tears. I mean, I have felt that way multiple times, of like, if I go deeper into this, like I'm not coming out, I'm drowning. And that feels so real. Like that fear of death and that fear of like, I will never get out of this, is fucking visceral and real. So I don't want to take away like the experience of that, but what I really want is to say like, yes, feels really real to you, and there is reality behind that, and it's also, you're just as powerful, if not more, than those feelings that you're having. So it's not like, oh, this isn't real, don't look at that. It's, yes, look at it, but rise above it and be like, hey, I see you. You're powerful, but so am I. So am I.
So glad you brought that to the table. You know, me concerned with time of this video, I don't ever want a spiritual bypass, which is like, yeah, feels real. Money, credit card debt, illness, family, responsibilities, fucking feels real.
Yeah.
And let's say it's this. And so doing this to the heaviness is where the win is.
Yeah.
Which is why I am willing and excited about having conversations about that realness that is not giving you permission to jump over or to walk around the hurdle or to place it down or to kick it down. It's not a block. It's not a wall. It's a hurdle.
Yeah.
And hurdles can be.
It's trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
It's trying to tell you something about maybe a shift in perspective, or like, hey, this isn't serving you anymore, or like, hey, you do need to look out for this. Like, listen to me. That's what, like, in my experience, my emotions tell me is like, hey, look, at this needs to be looked at. There's something here that needs my attention. And sometimes that is like, okay, also I need to like set this boundary, be like, I'm not going there. I'm not going there today. I'm choosing something else. So, I mean, it really is such a dance, and that's really the dance between all that is what I love capturing and witnessing and holding. And knowing that within all of that, you have the power to choose something else, like a different reality, creating something different. And I'm still learning, you know, I mean, this is such a like lifelong journey.
Yeah.
That.
So well said. I'm just going to end there. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you all at the retreat. If you have any questions, we're here. Okay.
Bye. Bye.